Hi, I'm Chris, consultant with PMG. Today we're standing on the south lawn of Atlanta's Centennial Olympic Park, home of the new Skyview Atlanta. After its construction finished in 2013, visitors to this area were given unparalleled 360-degree views of our city from nearly 20 stories up in the air. Now, many of you are probably asking, Chris, what does this have to do with my enterprise service catalog? And the answer is this: nothing really. But I do have a cheesy segue that's going to get us through the end of this clip. Those of you who have worked in our tool for a long time already know that we seamlessly integrate to ODBC compliant databases through our external data sources. But what you may not know is that we recently added support for our data providers that allow you to connect to virtually any third-party system via an open API. The most common one's a web service call. So just like this addition to our Atlanta skyline provides a complete view of our city, data providers will enable your service catalog to fully integrate to the other systems in your organization. Let's take a quick look. Data providers are implemented by installing and configuring a developed library into the PMG dataprovider.net framework. Now you can install and register the data provider by navigating to Administration, System Management, and then clicking on Data Providers. Now this interface allows you to add new data providers as well as import and export existing ones. Now when adding a data provider, the following attributes are presented. Name, this is the name of the data provider, which will be shown throughout the application. Class name, this is the fully qualified path of the .NET class. Assembly, this is the uploaded DLL from the .NET project, and that contains the data provider. Encrypted configuration, this is typically environmental or configuration type information for the data provider. And then notes, this is optional helper material, and it typically provides information about the purpose of the provider as well as any example usage or any other considerations that need to be maintained. Now once your data provider is installed, it can be easily tested directly from the administration screen. Just click Test, and this will bring up a valid query to where you can submit to the provider. And by clicking Submit, the query will be passed to the provider, and any resulting data will be displayed. So I'll go ahead and close that. And for this demo, we'll look at a simple data provider that uses Microsoft Exchange just to retrieve a list of public folders in Outlook. So data providers can be used on your service form much like external data sources can. And on this form, I have a select list populating all of my public folders. Now, if we switch to edit mode, we can see that the data source selected is my data provider. And so we'll go ahead and expand that. And I'll select Auth Public Folders as my data source. Also keep in mind that in the query box, you can use that to pass parameters if it's necessary. And you can use this on both standard form elements as well as rich form elements such as Dynaform. Now let's take a look at a workflow. Now you can use your data provider in a workflow to both retrieve and update data via standard actions such as a database get string. Simply update your action to use a connection string or data source that points to your data provider. And this logic is pretty much the same for reporting. We can easily substitute an external data source with a data provider. And the result is the same list of public folders. If you like the view of what your service catalog can do, contact one of us at PMG or visit us at support.pmg.net.